Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in, what is it?
Area 51?
Area 51. There's no underground facility unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the President of the United States.
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it. I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
Well, welcome back to Special Report. No concrete answers there from the presidents yet, but a lot of movement on this issue. The Age of Disclosure is a documentary revealing, it says, an 80-year cover-up of the existence of non-human intelligent life and a secret war amongst major nations to reverse engineer technology of non-human origin. Now available to rent or buy on Prime Video. Let's talk about these latest developments in the search for answers about UFOs, UAPs, and intelligent life not from Earth. Joining us is Dan Farah, director and producer of the documentary The Age of Disclosure. Dan, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
And we had you on at the beginning, well before your film was out. Now this topic has moved forward, and arguably the documentary has had a major issue in moving that forward with the president's disclosure order.
Yeah. I think we're at a turning point in human history here, a major turning point in which the truth is finally coming out that humanity is not the only intelligent life in the universe. I think we're entering this age in which the U.S. government will start to reveal all it has learned over the last 80 years about this.
The disclosure Truth Social came out February 19th. Based on the tremendous interest shown, this is from President Trump, I'll be directing the Secretary of War, other relevant departments and agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, and unidentified flying objects, UFOs, and any and all other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. There's some frustration on Capitol Hill that it hasn't happened faster. You had 34 different officials in this film. Do you hear that too?
Yeah. First off, I'm really proud that the film has played a major role in getting us to this point. I think it led to this national conversation happening at a level it's never happened before, and it led to this presidential directive. Certainly, though, there's pushback to President Trump's directive to declassify this. The folks that have been covering this up and gatekeeping this information, they want to put it back in a box and bury it for another 80 years. They're not looking for the truth to come out. And so leaders in Congress like Rep. Luna and Rep. Burleson and Burchett, Carson, Moskowitz, folks in the Senate like Senator Rounds are helping identify evidence that does exist and sharing it with the president's cabinet so that they can decide what can safely be declassified and shared with the public.
You mentioned Congressman Burchett, and he's talked about it in a couple interviews pretty explicitly. Take a listen.
Just tell the American public, it's like I told President Trump, peel back the layers of that onion, let America decide if we can handle it. I think we can handle it. I have some ideas about what it is. I've been briefed on some things, and yeah, they're pretty wild.
Other interviews, he's gone a little bit further, but they're talking about it.
Yeah. Certainly. Look, this is the biggest issue of our time, hands down. The stakes are extremely high. You know, as the film reveals, there's been an 80-year cover-up of the existence of non-human intelligent life and elements.
And there's no doubt in your mind, like as you have gone through this, and now you've seen the reaction of the film. There's no doubt in your mind.
Yeah. I mean, too many extremely senior members of the military, intelligence community, the government, folks who have had access to classified information about this. They've all been extremely definitive when they say that the evidence exists, that we are not alone in the universe, that there is other intelligent life, and that it has been covered up. And
part of the effort is not only a concern about national security, but also this reverse engineering part of this that Secretary Rubio, others, Senator Rounds have talked about. We have a clip from the documentary.
This is the biggest discovery in human history. It has so many beneficial impacts, including clean energy.
This one breakthrough can be the key to interstellar travel.
We can talk more about teleportation.
How can we use these technologies and all the capabilities that might come from it, not to fight a war, but to increase our standard of living?
It's hard to get your head around all of this, but that's a big part of it.
Yeah. Look, these UAP are displaying flight performance characteristics that we don't have the ability to do currently. The technology being displayed could completely revolutionize the way we live if we can crack it. And so a big part of the drive for disclosure is to bring about this technological progress that could revolutionize the way we live.
Well, it is something to watch, Age of Disclosure, and I've recommended it to a lot of people. I know a lot of people have watched it. It's available
to rent and buy on Prime Video. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Dan, thanks.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.